this morning. I like to hear what we remember from our 11 o'clock meeting today. So tell me what you remember. Tell me what you remember. All right. Leave me a comment. Let's use the comment section very well. All right. And Vivian, we see you. Let me put you on the spotlight. Welcome, Auntie Vivian. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma.
Let me put myself on the spotlight as well so that everyone can see having a crush is normal. Please permit me to turn off my video for a few minutes. There are 5 body safety. All right, part. Yeah, if you have a crush, don't tell undisciplined friends.
I don't know where I should start from.
Well done, girls. Well done, well done, well done.
That time is good. It's great.
So let me mute everywhere. You are nobody's wife. Thank you. You are nobody's wife. Fantastic. So this session is supposed to start at 3:15. We're all just going to keep posting the comments and waiting for the session to begin. All right, let's just wait. Let's just wait. Auntie Vivian, are you signing the comments in the? Are you signing the comments?
Yes, I am. I'm trying to like pick the few points.
Excellent. Thank you.
You're welcome.
If you have a question, please send it to me directly as a message. Thank you. Princess Irene went on a break to snack and she's back. Hey girls, I have stopped the comment section because there are comments there that require my attention. So I want to go back to that quickly before we start sharing what's on our screen for today. Mm-hmm. Let me check if I have our slide ready. Mm-hmm. Our slide is ready to go. But I just want to respond to some of the comments I have seen already. What's the meaning of puberty? A phase in your life where your body starts to undergo changes because your body has to grow from the body of a child to the body of an adult. All right? Your body has to undergo certain changes so that it goes from the body of a child to the body of an adult. Fantastic. So that phase is called puberty. Oh, I am nobody's wife. Yes, you're nobody's wife. Oh, you're nobody's wife. Welcome, Chichi. But the fact that you put all these emojis is a problem. It's taking up the chat space. Thank you so much. Let your parents know when you have a crush. Absolutely. I love myself. What are things we could do to make the crushes last longer? Telling a friend that is excited, telling the boy, you know. Excuse me. You know, I talked about journaling. When you journal, it helps you reduce the time. And somebody wrote here that what if you tell your parents and they don't believe you? Tell your parents to reach Miss Irene and then we'll talk. Tell your parents to reach Miss Irene and we'll talk and we'll find a way for them to believe you. So girls, today we are going to be doing a couple of stuff. There's a video I'm supposed to show to you, but I want to make sure I have the link. All right, let me get out the link properly and then post it on my laptop so that we can watch. All right. All right, fantastic. I'm going to show you a video and I want you to tell me what you observe in that video. I'm going to show you a video. Watch it carefully. I want you to tell me what you're able to take away from that video. So I'm trying to get it on my phone. All right, I don't know. Is it that YouTube is not having a sound? Give me a moment to cross-check that as well. I have to make sure that the girls watching via YouTube are also having the best of time, all right? Telling the boy, you know, excuse me, you know, I talked about journaling. When you journal, it helps you reduce the time. And somebody wrote here that what if you tell your parents and they don't believe you? Tell your parents to reach Miss Irene. All right, so watch. Let me start sharing. I'll show you a very interesting video. Please pay attention and watch. I'm going to share sound now. All right, so let's play. So what's the chameleon now? Green when it started, starts to climb, turns blue, turns yellow, keeps going. Princess Ginika, you need to stop annotating, yeah? You need to stop drawing on the screen. Did you see? Goes to yellow, turns yellow. Gets to, that should be dark orange. The color changes as well. Goes to pink, turns pink. So girls, I want you to tell me, why did I put up this? What do you think this video was about? Why did we share this video? Chat room is open. Make sure that your post is related to the video, all right? Why did we share this video? Can you give us a hint on what we are learning today? That video is a hint. That video is a hint. Changes in our body, reaching our goal, puberty, to show how our body changes, changes in the body, to show how we are going. I don't understand the video. Fantastic. Oh, Kayla, everybody can be influenced. You're looking at the workbook. Tell me, so what has the Chameleon video got to do with everybody can be influenced? It is to show that everybody can be influenced. So changes in the body, changes in the body. Our color suit everywhere that we change. Fantastic. So I'm going to close the comment section now so that we can pay attention. So girls, let me share my slide for today. So you girls know me by now. My name is Irene Bangwell. This class is supposed to be for 9 to 11. You should have already renamed your devices. And we have watched our video already. We have watched the video already. Yeah? We have watched the video already. Yes? We've watched this video already. So this video actually shows us color changes of this. It shows color changes of the chameleon. That's a chameleon, right? Chameleons are known to change their colors to suit the environment that they find themselves. So a chameleon will change his color to look like the environment he is in. And when a chameleon changes their color, normally they do it because they want to be safe. A chameleon changes the color, his color to the environment he's in so that he can be safe, so that people don't notice him, so that other animals that prey on him will not notice him and kill him. So if it's on top of a white paper, it's going to look like a white paper. It's going to look exactly like a white paper, nothing else. It's going to look like a white paper, right? I want to make sure that they can see Princess Vivian, all right? So I need to remove myself so that the girls watching on the screen can mostly see Princess Vivian. Fantastic. So I removed myself? Let me see. So the chameleon changes color to suit his environment because he doesn't want to be seen. Many of you cannot stand up for yourselves in school. You join other girls to do what they do because you don't want it to look as if you're different. You don't want it to look as if you're different. You want everybody to be comfortable with you. You want everybody to be comfortable with you. You don't want people to be seen. You don't want to be seen as having a different perspective. So today we are going to be talking about the word influence. So the chameleon is influenced by the environment he's in. If he's on top of a blue bag, he would change his skin to look like a blue bag. So when you look at the blue bag, you can't notice that someone is there. And so today we're going to talk about our environment and how our environment influences us. So so what is influence? On my note here, we have influence as the ability of something or someone to change the behavior of another thing or another person. The ability of someone to change another person's behavior. We started talking about this really on Monday on Tuesday when we talked about people pleasing, where you're with a group of friends and they bully people. And so because they bully people, and you're hanging around them, you find yourself beginning to do the things they do. When that happens, you're being influenced. At the same time, I don't know if there's any girl here who watched a movie and heard an actor pronounce a particular word a particular way, and after that, they started pronouncing the word like that. Let's say you watched a cartoon and someone said, happiness. And all of a sudden, every time you want to use the word happiness, you'll find yourself saying, happiness. Has anyone changed the way they talk because of something they heard in a movie? I've opened the chat room. Has anyone ever changed the way they said something because they heard someone else pronounce it a different way? If it has ever happened to you, say yes. If it hasn't, you say no. You watched a movie, someone pronounced the word a particular way, and you started pronouncing the word like that. Or you watched a movie, someone celebrated their birthday a particular way. Sorry, I've opened the chat room now. You watch a movie, you saw the way somebody did their birthday, and you say, I like to do my birthday like this. All right, I see there are a number of yeses, I'm seeing a number of no's as well. So it means that the people who have experienced this, they can testify. So when that happens, is a no. Someone said, okay, yes, how I pronounce children, okay? Someone said they read something in a book and it influenced something they did. All right. Yes, how I now pronounce, yes, in a movie. Yes, in a movie, my speech, but it went soon. Okay, after a while, you got over it, yeah? That can happen. So when that happens, that is called influence. All right, so today, yeah, I see people saying temporarily, all right? Someone said, I don't understand. So it's like this, but you watched a movie. Let me even use dance. You watched a movie and saw somebody dance a particular way. And the next time you heard either that music or another music, you found yourself trying to dance what you had seen. So it means that that dance you had watched has influenced you. It has changed your behavior. It has changed something you wanted to do. All right. So influence is the ability of anything to change our behavior. So there are many places that we can get influenced. And by the way, let me just say that influence can be positive and it can be negative. A new girl can come to your school, and while everybody's talking to other people nastily, she talks politely and she inspires you to start speaking politely to people. So because you see the way she tells people, please, I'm sorry, and thank you, and excuse me, you too start to say it. So when that happens, that's positive influence. So it means that the influence is helping you to get good behavior, is helping you to build good behavior. But when there is influence where your classmate came and said, they will just lie to their parents about something, and you find yourself going to try to lie to your parents, that is negative influence. That is what? Negative influence. So what are the places where we can be influenced? We can be influenced everywhere. Our sister can influence us, our brother can influence us, our friends can influence us, our neighbors can influence us, our cousins can influence us. Billboards, all these big billboards can influence us. You can be driving to school and show a billboard of somebody eating noodles, and the person did, oh, yummy. And that afternoon, you tell your mom that you feel like eating Indomie, or you feel like eating noodles from the billboards. You can watch a video of people dancing, and it influences how you want to dance. You can watch an advert on TV or online, and it will influence something. So for example, you can watch an advert where somebody is combing their hair, and they say they use a particular cream, and it helps their hair to grow. And you start to pressure your mom, say, mommy, buy that cream for me, buy that cream. All of that is influence. So why are we talking about influence? Many of the things we taught to you today, you may see around you that not everyone agrees with what we taught this week. We said when you have a crush, don't act on it. But your storybooks, people always act on their crushes. The movies you watch, the princess stories you watch on Netflix, somebody always acts on their crushes. We told you you're beautiful, but you shouldn't look to boys to always tell you you're beautiful. But when you watch your princess stories, there's always a prince and a princess. There's always a boy that is like the prince, and there's always a princess that is doing dress up, playing the dress up. And many times that princess is slim. She has blonde hair. And before you know it, you start to feel like, well, only people with blonde hair are beautiful. Only people that are slim are beautiful. So when you feel like, I don't feel beautiful, the question is, who influenced you to think that way? What did you see? What did you hear to make you feel that way? So influence can be positive and it can be negative. So, but this conversation is really about negative, where the things that we spend time to talk to you about, you go back to school, your classmates are doing all sorts of stuff against all the things we taught here, and you decide to become a chameleon. You decide to blend and fit in and be part of the crowd and do all what you're doing, even though we have already spent time telling you that there are terrible consequences. You're too afraid to be different. You're too afraid to stand out in the environment. So sometimes what does influence look like, so that you will know when someone is trying to influence, when someone is trying to influence you. Sometimes somebody can come and gist you about what is fun. How the boy will give you gifts on your birthday. They just keep telling you that this is so much fun. And it starts to put pressure on you to want to experience that fun thing. Once you start to feel pressure, you're being influenced. Sometimes you watch something and they keep showing you that something is beautiful. There's a particular cartoon that we've been watching for a while that they just announced that their princess was a black girl. And the whole world went crazy because they'd always thought it was going to be a white girl. So normally you watch all kinds of cartoons that tell you that, oh, the princesses have straight hair, long hair, they are white, they're fair, they're blonde. And so you determine, well, that's beautiful. Me, I'm not beautiful. Miss Irene taught you this week, along with Miss Irene. Yeah, Miss Irene taught you from day one, day two, that you're beautiful, all shades of beautiful. So when you step out of boot camp and you start to see those TV shows and movies and books and stories and different things that tell you that beautiful looks just like this, we want you to be able to say, no, there are many ways to be beautiful. This is just one of it. Sometimes influence comes from friends telling you, if you're a big girl, you won't tell your parents. And they say it long enough. Miss Irene has been telling you, talk to your parents. You have a crush, tell your parents. You heard something in school, tell your parents. But they're not saying, if you're a big girl, you don't tell your parents stuff. Influence. If you start wondering, should I not, you're being influenced. Sometimes it's with your friends telling you what is a big deal and what is not a big deal. Say, well, it's not a big deal to date. It's nothing. But Ms. Irene said it's a big deal. Puts you in a difficult situation. So the thing is, would you be able to recognize when you're being influenced? Sometimes influence can try to give you an identity. We saw in the first session today, the identity was join the big girls group. So you want to be a part of that identity for people in school to say, oh, these are the popular girls, these are the cool girls. That's influence. So when you start feeling like you need to be with people to have an identity, there's a problem. That's chameleon style. Chameleon needs to be on top of something to have a color. If he's standing alone, he doesn't have color. If he's on sand, he has the color of his sand. If he's on wood, he has the color of the wood. If he's on a tree, he doesn't. The whole world doesn't really know what a chameleon looks like, because the chameleon always takes the color of his environment. So when they start to tell you, they will give you an identity. How about you say, well, I want to have my own identity. Let me tell you this true life story. I was in GSS 3. That's grade 9, right? And I had this group of friends. We're all older now. And so I believe that some of the things that some of those my friends did when we were in secondary school was childish, because many of them are very responsible people in society today, but they made their mistakes. So I didn't know that two of my closest friends used to steal in school. I didn't know. Until one time, my purse, we're all walking back home, and my purse got missing from my bag with my transport. At that time, I didn't know what to do. I was hot. I trekked home that day. I was really hot. And so the only thing I knew was to tell them we're preparing for Beche. So that's like junior WAEC, and that's like checkpoint. And so I told them checkpoint is the exam you write in grade 9 or Beche in JSS 3. I didn't know what to say. I just told them that whoever stole my purse will not pass Beche. And that's how one of my friends now came and confessed. So that's when I knew that stealing was happening. But do you know, one day after school, I saw one of them opening a cupboard, trying to pick up stuff. I didn't speak up. I left. I told her it was bad, but I didn't report to her. I didn't report her to an adult, but I told her it was bad. So I went home. You know, one morning I came to school and I saw my friends. They had been picked up. If I'm not mistaken, their legs were tied to each other or something. Either a chain, I don't know what it was that they put them together. And when I arrived, they said I had 3 friends. So when I arrived, I heard my classmate saying, no, Esenawan cannot do that. Irene cannot do that. Every time I think about it, I feel good with myself, because in that moment, when it mattered the most, my classmates saw the difference between me and those my friends. They saw the difference between us. They could tell the difference. When you go back to school, let people be able to tell the difference between you and other people. Don't be looking for group identity. We are the favored girls. We are the this. If the values are not right, don't look for friends. I want you girls to grow up to be independent people. That means you can walk alone. You can be alone until you find someone that you don't need to pretend to be with, until you find someone that will not make you do the wrong thing, that will not influence you wrongly. Let me tell you, we are supposed to be choosy about making friends. I won't make, you're supposed to say, I won't make a friends with someone that doesn't study hard for their schoolwork. I won't make a friend that is indisciplined. I told you about having indisciplined friends and then having crushes. It's terrible. Your friends will lead you to hell. And I don't mean hellfire, I mean trouble, hot trouble. So you're supposed, since you know that people will surely influence you, you're supposed to be careful about putting certain people around you, ensuring that certain people are not too close to you. I have a problem, Princess, if you're on this call and you're begging a girl who talks nasty to teachers to be your friend. You're trying to be her friend. You're her friend. Excuse me. You're supposed to carefully choose the people around you, because they will influence you. So you want to surround yourself with positive values, so that whatever influence it is positive. Everybody can be influenced, even Miss Irene talking. Everybody can be influenced. Everybody. Mommies, daddies can be influenced. Every soul on earth can be influenced. So the best thing to do is to make sure that your environment is filled with the right people, so that when the influencing is happening, it's towards the positive. I'll tell you a real life story. This happened to me 2 weeks ago to show you how influence is strong. I saw somebody's post on social media, and the person talked about how some people have people that are not necessarily their relatives, but who live with them and serve in their homes. And when they go to church, their kids dress really nice, but those people don't dress well. So I read that post and I said, well, it's not happening in my home. But then somebody came on that day and commented and said, if your daughter or son can tell you that they're too tired to do a chore, but the person in your house cannot say they're too tired to do a chore, then you're not really behaving as a parent. Do you know that day, after I read that post, let me explain in case you didn't hear well. What the person was saying was, if your children can tell you they're too tired to do a chore and you are not upset, but the nannies, the caregivers in the house can never say they're too tired, then you're not doing what is right. So I have a foster daughter in the house. The next day I called her, I said, see, from today, any day I send you to do something and you feel weak and tired, tell me, we will postpone it. She was shocked. But I told her, do you know why it's so for me? I was influenced. That's why on social media, there are people I will never follow because I know one day or the other, something they posted will influence me. So I want to make sure that physically and online, I have the right circle of people around me. So this topic is to let you know that every single one of us can be influenced. Influence can lead you to make a responsible choice that caters to your safety and well-being. When that happens, it is positive. When the influence makes your behavior to be right, positive. But when the influence makes you do things you know that is wrong, but it feels like you can't help it, then there's a problem. Always know that people model influence. So you watch what somebody does, you copy it without planning to. Somebody can give you influence through an opinion. You're having a crush, you say, me, in my own world, me, I think that you should do it like this. So me, I think that you should do it like this. Somebody can share influence with you, can influence you through sharing an opinion. All right? I don't know, is there any problem with our YouTube? Let me just check the group now. I see conversations ongoing. So influence can be shared as an opinion. Influence can be shared as advice. Influence can be shared as advice. Influence can be shared as advice. So say, me, I advise you to do this. So I advise you to do that. I advise you to do that. All right? Influence can be, so think about all the people that can give you advice. Think about them. The people you go to for advice. Are they giving you advice that honors God? Or they're giving you advice that make you feel cool? Let me tell you something. All of your friends are under similar influence. Either what they're watching on TV, the series they're watching is influencing them, which is why there are many things on TV you should not be watching. So when they watch those things, it puts them under pressure. They start to take certain actions, then they turn around and put you under pressure. So we need to start asking ourselves, who should be in my influence circle? Who should be around me that can influence me? Number one, what is the strategy to overcome influence? Strategy is, what do you do to overcome this strong influence? Number one, head mentality. Head mentality is like, I don't know if you've heard about headsmen. You know, when the headsman does, all the cows go a certain direction. So it means that periodically, when people say, let's do this, stop and ask why. Why are we all going in that direction? Why? Why must I go there? If you know that what they're asking you to do goes against biblical principles, turn around and ask them, do you not know this will happen? Do you not know that will happen? Speak up. Speak up at least for yourself to hear. Speak up at least for your mind to hear that you think otherwise, because your mind can help you have strength to overcome. Always choose to question what is popular, what everybody is doing, Then when everybody is doing everything, stop and ask yourself, who is the one influencing this action? Who is the person in front of this decision? Who is asking us to do this? Is this person a positive influence? Is this person a negative influence? When people suggest things to you, sit down and say, give me some time. Don't decide quick. Tell them I'll get back to you. Come back home and ask mommy, if somebody asks you to do this, what will you do? If you can't ask your mom, come to GAP, come to the WhatsApp group, drop it and say, somebody's asking me to do this. What would you do? If the person is telling you something that it is opposite of something thought to be wrong, to be right, they're telling you to go the opposite direction. Start looking for a way to stay away from that person. Let me tell you one of the most dangerous things about influence. Even influence that you reject can affect you. For example, someone told you today, accept this boy as your boyfriend. I said, no, I can't do that. I can't do that. This is wrong. You left. But as you were walking home, you were thinking about it. Should I? Should I not? Should I? Should I not? When you're doing all those, should I? Should I not? Should I? Should I not? It's called meditation. What about you start telling yourself, I can't do that because have a list. So anything that you don't want to do, have a list of why. For example, if you say, I don't want to date, you're right, because I want to honor myself. I want boys to respect me. I don't want to get into trouble. I don't want any embarrassment. I want to finish school without interruption. I don't want anything to interrupt with my grades. So that when they're trying to recommend the wrong thing, should I not? Which is still the same thing as saying, I'm going to go back and read why you are not. The reason that you shouldn't date is not because Miss Irene told you. It's not because your parents told you. It's because you want a life that is drama-free. You don't want drama. You don't want something to alter your journey in education. You don't want something to affect you. There must be your own why. So write a list of all the things that I'm choosing this because, so that when somebody tells you try this one, remind yourself with the first reasons why you didn't want to do stuff. All right? So let me see, what's there? All right, so the comment section is going to be open now. I want you to answer the question. What's the difference between positive influence and negative influence? What's the difference? So let me open the chat. Please stick the conversation to what we're talking about. What is the difference between positive influence and negative influence? And then we're going to take up our activity. We're going to pick our workbooks after. When you finish typing, quickly open your workbooks to page 13. All right. What's the difference? So let me open the chat. Please take the conversation. All right, so let me see the comment. What's the difference? Positive is good, negative is bad. All right, let's see. Can everyone be influenced? Remember, influence can be positive and negative. Can everyone be influenced? Can everyone be influenced? Let's go. Fantastic. Yes, everyone can be influenced. Mommies can be influenced. Daddies can be influenced. Aunties can be influenced. Uncle can be influenced. Everybody can be influenced. I think I was kicked out for a moment and miraculously was able to come back inside. So let me pin back Miss Vivian. Spotlight for everyone. She's the priority right now. Let me see if we can accommodate my face a little bit. Add to spotlight. So everyone, every single one of us can be influenced. Every single one of us can be influenced. Can babies be influenced? Yes, you know, babies imitate. When you do they do it with you. Everybody can be influenced, all right? Everybody can be influenced. So can we all carry, raise up our workbooks? Can we raise up our workbooks? Let me see if I can bring out our workbook. So this is 9 to 11, right? So let me download our workbooks so that we can do this together on the screen. All right. So I had actually shared this in the first session. So I'm going to share the So we're going to go all the way to page, I think that's page 13. Everybody put your eye on the screen now. So we're going to look at something I call building a friendship circle. Yes, a dog can be influenced. Oh, Princess Olivia said, you're not being forced. I don't know what she means. I think she's talking about influence being, yes, everybody can be influenced in any type of way, but it really depends on how gullible you are and how much of a people pleaser you are. Yes, Princess Julian, that's very correct. So, you know, the chameleon is a people pleaser. So he changes to everything. But here's the thing. Sometimes, Gillian, you need positive influence. You need positive influence in different ways. So you can have a group of friends. One is good academically. One is very good with her prayer culture. One is very good with her character. The girl that is academic may be struggling with how much she prays. She needs the influence of the friend that prays a lot to build it up. She's also helping them build academically. So we need to surround ourselves with people that we can grow together with, we can learn something from. So influence is not totally bad, especially when it can be positive and it can grow us, all right? So I want you to look very carefully at the screen right now. We have a circle. We have 3 circles, all right? So I want you to write the names of, if you look at it very well, there's the smallest circle, there's the medium circle, and then there's the biggest circle. So in this smallest circle, I want you to write the names of 2 people. Listen carefully. 2 people who honor God and their parents, who have good character, who are doing well academically. 2 people that you know that if I'm around these people, I'll become a better person per day. Write their names in that middle circle. 2 friends. Don't write people you like. Don't write people you're fond of. Think about people that you believe that if I'm around this person, I'll become a better person. If you can't think of it, no problem. If you can't find up to 2, it's only 1 you remembered. And let me tell you, the person you may write may not be your close friend. The person you will write may not be your close friend, but just somebody you know in your class or in your school that has such admirable character, that speaks up for the right things. You just know that if you were close to this person, you'll be a better person. Write the person's name there. Princess Alexis, your music is really something. I can see you dance. All right. So let's go to the second circle. The second circle is for people that listen very carefully. The first circle is they love God, academics, character. God, academics, character. God, academics, character. The second circle is academic, hygiene, no God, no character. The second circle is someone who, they may be very good academically, but they don't have character, and they don't love God. You can't tell whether they are trying to have a relationship with God. You can't tell whether they're trying to please God, but they are very good academically, or they are caring, but there's no God. They're caring to maybe you. I don't even know that caring, there's Caleb there. So, but there's no God and there's no character. People like that are around you say, with this person, there's no character, there's no this thing. There's no fear of God, there's no character. So now let's go to the third circle. People that you don't know whether they love God or whether they are serious with school, or you don't know anything about them, they are just cool. So let's say celebrities you see on TV, they're just cool. You don't really know them, you don't really know their values. Put their names in that biggest circle. As many as possible, Alexis, as many as possible. So the biggest circle is for people you really don't know what their values are, but they just look cool to you. Maybe you like the way they do makeup, you like the way they walk, you don't know their values, you don't know jack about them. So if you're done with this circle, let me tell you what this circle represents. The smallest circle is supposed to be the people that are closest to you, the people that you're always with, the people that have the closest, the closest to you. When you have a problem, you can talk to them. The people in the small circle, that's the people you spend time with. When you have a problem, that's who you talk to. When you have a crush, that's who you talk to. When you need someone to pray with you for something, that's the people you talk to. This smaller circle. If you couldn't find anybody in there, then it means that God is telling you that it's time to build a new circle of friendship. So let's move to the second circle. These people are people that you go to for what you can get from them, but not their values. For example, you can have a classmate that is so good with math. So you can go to her and say, please show me this math. But when she starts to talk to you about crush, you say, bam, 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 bam. It is not you I talk to about relationship. It is not you I talk to about anything requiring character. It is not you, oh, I don't need your advice. Just show me this math, let me go. Maybe they are very neat. You like their deodorant and you want to copy how neat they look. So you can ask her, say, how do you iron your clothes? And she tells you. After that, bam. In fact, you shouldn't even ask more than once or twice. Get the idea and go. Because those people, they may have something you want, but they don't have value for you to be around them. So get what you want. Sometimes I call them circle of thought, people you should be praying for. Since there's something you're benefiting from them, one thing you can do for them is to pray for them to become people of character and to change. But they shouldn't be in your immediate vicinity. So they shouldn't influence what you do. Then the biggest circle, that circle is saying, I don't know you. No matter how I admire you, I don't listen to you for advice. For example, some people like some celebrities. So they say, I like the way she raps. So who should I call? There's this lady that speaks in a funny way, not Nicki Minaj. There's another one. You don't know her, you don't know her values, and then suddenly she starts to use wrong words, then you find yourself copying her. You don't know her values. And so the thing about people in this bigger circle is that we don't listen to them. We don't listen to them. We don't listen to their advice. We don't listen to anything they have to offer because they are strangers. We can't run with the things they're telling us. So if you finish doing this activity and you didn't have anybody in your middle circle, the smaller circle, it means it's time to make some changes. So I want to turn around this workbook and show you something, all right? Look at this image now on the screen. Girls, I want you people to be intellectual and problem solvers. Go and sit down and think about all the things you believe. This one, you do it after the class is over. What do you believe about beauty? What led you to have that belief? Who did you see? What did you hear? You know, where did you hear that belief you have? Then come to this next table that says, are those places reliable? Ask yourself, the place I heard it from, is it reliable? Is it dependable? Then determine what makes it reliable. Is it reliable because this person read beautician study in the university? But when you're done, also come and ask yourself, this thing that I believe, that I heard from all these people that I think is reliable, is it positive influence or negative influence? When you're done, what should I do next? Should you change what you believe about beauty when you find that the person you believed it from is negative influence? You can change what you believe. What do you believe about boys? Boys need girls. Where did I hear it from? Is it a book? Is it a story? Is it a movie? Where did you hear it from? Use this worksheet and follow up everything. Try to follow up things you believe. Even after this worksheet is over, you can tell your mommy to keep reprinting this page for you, that every month you want to do influence check. You want to check who is influencing you. Who is influencing you? What do you believe about God? One of your classmates says, oh, God is so full of rules. Is your classmate reliable? Where is the most reliable place or person to learn about God? So if you find out that what you believe is negative, you decide that you're going to drop it. So this influence check, you must do it on a monthly basis. You should do it when? on a monthly basis, every month, at the beginning of the month, when you're setting your goals for the month, come and say, I need to do influence check. I need to do influence check. This place I put wealth. Ask yourself, what do I believe about a woman being wealthy? So think about what you believe. Think about where you heard it from. Is what you believe negative or positive? Then you change. Because what you believe will determine what you do. And so the first place that influence starts to affect you is by shaping what you believe. And whatever you believe, you're going to take action eventually. So I'm going to open the chat now so that I can hear comments that we have from this session. What did you hear? What have you learned from this last session about looking at your friendship circle and doing an influence check every month? Tell me what you learned so that we can run through the remaining part of the session. Yes, today is the last day for bootcamp, but we have a YouTube party tomorrow. We have a session tomorrow at 4 p.m. for all the girls aged 9 to 17. So it's happening tomorrow. It's happening tomorrow. 4 p.m. All right, 4 p.m. 4 p.m. All right. I learned to have positive influence. We can't be friends with everyone. Princess Eliana, what do you not understand? Can you type what you don't understand? You should choose the right people to be in your inner circle. Yes. Is it 1 to 10? Yes. What was on the sheet was 1 to 10. I think it's 1 to 8. I learned that I should have some people to talk to about important things. Yes. I learned that, yes, everyone can be influenced, right? Yeah, so we have an event tomorrow, but it's happening. So Esosa, please ask your question. It's 4 minutes past 4. Our session ends at 4:15. Fantastic. Michaela's birthday is tomorrow. Remind me, we'll do his birthday song for you. We'll do a birthday song for you. No, we're not doing the party on Zoom. We're doing it on YouTube. It's on YouTube because we have age 9 to 11, 12 to 14, 15 to 17 coming. It will be too annoying because I know this is your class. Before everybody will join, people have joined. So everybody should be on YouTube. Let us all meet on YouTube. So we have amazing speakers coming. You're going to learn so much. It's like, we're going to have some girls coming to share some of the experiences they've had in different times. And some of them are doing so amazing things, all right? Someone said she didn't understand the influence check. Positive influence takes us to the right direction. Fantastic. Choose your friends wisely. So all the girls that have a question, send me the question. Send me the question. So I'm going to see if I can change the setting now so that, send me the question. So send me questions. So please don't post directly now. Send it to me. Send me your questions so that I can answer. How should I, okay, so. Somebody, what about if you're threatened? Talk to your parents. The moment you find out that somebody is threatening you, you have to speak up to your parents. Don't choose friends that give you negative choices. Yeah, that's the thing about the circle. So we have another birthday girl today. Her name is Glory. So the meeting tomorrow is going to be for 2 hours, 4 to 6 p.m. So it's longer than our current session, right? So let's sing a birthday song for Glory. I'm going to unmute everyone. I'm going to sing happy birthday song for Glory. So let's go.
Happy birthday
to
to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
All right, girls, thank you. So if you're being threatened, talk to your parents. If you're being threatened, talk to your teacher, your principal. If you talk to your teacher and they're not taking it seriously, talk to your parents. So I'm going to go back to my slide. Where is my slide? Oh, I think I moved it somewhere. Let me go back to my slide so that we can quickly run through the next thing, all right? So first and foremost, I want to ask, how many girls here are on social media? If you're on social media, let me see your hand. So I want us to indicate by raising our hands now. If you're on social media, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, let me see your hand up. It's time to talk about online safety. So we have 15 girls out of 100 on the call. So if you know your hands are raised and you don't have a social media account, bring down your hands. Fantastic. So 11 people here are on social media. Are you aware that the lowest age to be on social media is 13 and you are not yet 13? So how did you create the social media account for yourself? You lied about your date of birth. Who told you that you needed to be on social media? The numbers are going down. Who told you that you needed to be on social media? Girls, there is time for everything. There's no need to be on social media before the time that you should be. So I have a few things to tell you today and when you're ready to be on social media. Rule number one, you should not open a social media account until you're within the age that is allowed to. That's number one. Number two, don't give strangers personal information about you, your family, school, parents. For instance, date of birth, where you live, your school, your class, the name of your best friend, the name of your siblings. Don't chat with strangers and don't give personal information about you. Not everybody on social media is who they tell you. Someone can set up an account, pick a picture of a little girl somewhere, set up an account and tell you her name is Elsie and chat with you and tell you that, oh, I'm Elsie, I'm 10 years old, I'm Elsie, I'm 14 years old. I would like to be friends with you. But that's a 48-year-old man. Remember what we talked about in the morning about body safety? There's the online safety part of it. There's also grooming that happens online. In the morning, we talked about how grooming starts with. This person separates you, calls you special names, then wants to be left alone with you, then does as if they made a mistake to touch you and watch your reaction. And when you don't react or report, it moves into something else. It also happens online. Some people come and chat with you. They say a lot of things to make you feel good, like they connect with you, they're your friends, you can talk to them about anything. And they're looking for a means to ask you to come out and meet with them. That 8-year-old can tell you, oh, I'm coming into your city. My birthday is so day. When I come, I'll be at this restaurant, so I'm inviting you. My parents said I should invite you. And you tell your parents, let's go. And when you go, it could be a kidnap situation. So don't believe everything you read online. People are not who they say they are, and there is no way to know. Don't try to meet people you get to know online. Also, when you start noticing that someone is trying to connect with you, be careful. When someone starts to say they also love your favorite cartoon, when they also start to say, give you compliment, oh, you're so intelligent, oh, you're so beautiful, I love the texture of your hair, oh, you look so amazing. When they say they understand what you're going through, sometimes they can say, I know how you feel. My parents can also be annoying. They're trying to make you disregard your parents. When they say, let me tell you, no one understands you as I do, is a lie. They're trying to isolate you emotionally. When they start to promise you gifts, when they say they have a secret to share with you, They'll tell you that they have a secret to share with you because they want you to start sharing secrets with them. When they start to promise to get you gifts, there's a problem. When they start to share vulgar jokes and they say, look at that girl's hot butt, you know that we have a problem. If they start to ask you, have you ever kissed before? Have you ever dated someone before? Be careful. You could be dealing with a pedophile. A pedophile is an adult that preys on children and sexually abuses them. And they wait for children like you who signed up an account before you were the right age, because you wouldn't know that they are not real. And so they will come at you, you will share things you're not supposed to share, and that will be the beginning of problems. Never share pictures of yourself naked. Some of them will say, how tall are you? They can ask you to take a picture of yourself naked and share. You must never do that. If you're less than 13, you're not supposed to be on TikTok, Facebook, or Instagram. That means you need to go back to those accounts and delete your account. You're a girl of honor, you're a girl of principle, your body's smart, you have the power of choice. Meanwhile, you can be of age, but still choose not to get online. I know many girls that are older that said they're not interested in social media. So they go online, they do their research, they do their emailing, they do work-related stuff, but they don't want to keep a private account of themselves. The reason many people are careful online is because so much information on social media or online can influence you. So when you're really up to the age to be online, there are a few things to remember. Number one, treat people with respect. Number two, treating people with respect means don't call people names. Look at, we've been on this Zoom call and we have sometimes we have girls insulting other girls on the call. That is wrong. So when you're online, treat people with respect. When you're online, remind yourself that you're valued. Likes and follows are not what makes people important. It is the difference that they make in the lives of others. But more important, it is how they please God. That is the most important thing. Share your gifts and talent by inspiring or teaching. If you love to draw, you can teach people how to draw. You can showcase your drawings. You can also speak up for people and causes. I showed you people a list of problems in society that you can contribute to. Social media can be a tool that you use to solve real problems in society. Never tolerate cyberbullying on your account or on the account of others. What does that mean? Cyberbullying is where somebody comes and says really nasty things to someone, body shames them and everything. Don't permit people to body shame people when you eventually sign up your social media. And anytime you show up anywhere and somebody is cyberbullying someone, speak up for that person. So there are many things. This must be already in your workbook, but let's see what you can do before we close. Tell me, when should you be careful of someone? What is one sign that once someone starts to do a particular thing, you know that you have to be careful? Comments, I'm waiting for comments. Abi, did I open the comment box? All right, let me do that. So tell me, what are the things that once you see someone doing, you know you have to be careful? What are the things? Let me see. What should you do? Any fighting, okay? I'm not sure. When they say compliments, when they start to share same ideas as you, cyberbullying, fantastic. I want to hear. I want to hear. I want to hear. I want to hear. All right, asking you to send naked pictures when they're trying to isolate you emotionally, asking you to send naked pictures, fantastic, fantastic. Or them sending you naked pictures. When they ask a personal question, Caris, I like the way you put it. When they ask a personal question, Ginika asked me, why do you need an influence check? Because you want to be sure whether the choices you're making, you're being influenced positively or negatively. It's better for you to identify that, they've started influencing me early before it's too late, all right? When they ask you personal questions, when they start to share secrets. So I put XXX like blah, blah, blah. They can say, have you done this? Have you done that before? You know? So vulgar jokes are when someone says, look at that girl's butt. They start to make jokes about people's private parts. They start to make jokes about people's private part. Nude is naked. Nude is naked. When they say send a naked picture, when they start to tell you you're special, nobody understands you like them. All right, when they begin over complimenting you, thank you, Christabel. When they start sending you party invites, this is amazing. These girls are listening. Some are distracted in the comment, but the others are listening. So anyway, so tomorrow is about a party. When they share a secret with you, when they cyber bully you, when they start to promise you gifts. So tomorrow is, we're doing like a closing ceremony, but it's for girls age 9 to 17. We have very special people coming. We are going to share the flyers in 1 hour to your parents. It's going to be amazing. All right. So one question, at what age should you consider having a social media? I use the word consider because you can get age and say it's not necessary, it will be distracting. Like in my family, we have a family value about, when to create a social media account. So one of my daughters does a lot of art. And so I have a social media account that I created for her, but I'm the one managing it. And that social media account is private. She can't follow someone can't follow her. I just use it to store her artwork. And I'm going to give her the password when she turns 18. So you can get to 13 and say, no, I don't want to. I don't necessarily want to do social media like that. I want to be responsible. So yeah, 13 and above. So if you're here, you have a social media account, it's time to go and deactivate it. So what are the things you should do when you're online? How do you show people respect when you're online? Let me see. Somebody can tell you to take a picture of yourself naked. Send a picture of yourself naked. My classmate is 8 and she told me she's on TikTok. So that classmate, we want to be careful with her. So somebody says, my social media account, no, TikTok is 13, is not 12 plus. And if TikTok was 12 plus, you're still not 12 yet. We should not insult people when we're online. We should be careful with what we share. We should be polite. We should be respectful. Is a 6-year-old on Instagram running the account or their mother is running it for them? If the parent is the one running it, it's different. You show people respect by not being insultive. I like this. We don't use vulgar words. What happens if 2 people are tricking each other? I wouldn't know. Your brother is 6 and he has TikTok. Are your parents aware? Because TikTok has a whole lot of, I was just going to say what Esosa said. TikTok has a lot of all kinds of content that is terrible. One time I accidentally signed into an account that some women and men sent me nude videos and asked me to meet them in Lagos. Are you hearing that? Are you hearing that? Someone accidentally signed into an account that some women and men sent her nude videos, and one of them asked her to meet them in Lagos. So social media is crazy, all right? Social media is crazy. Girls, I need to run through this story very quickly. And right after that, we'll do our affirmation because there's another class starting at 4:30. And they are not finding it funny that we're here. Somebody says, what is porn? Porn is a video of a man and a woman having sex. It is poisonous to the mind. Science shows that when children consume porn, it shrinks their brain development and has the same effect on their brain as alcohol and drugs will. So porn is terrible for adults. So you can imagine children. So you need to stay away. Some of your friends say, I'll send you one video to watch. It has a long-term impact on your brain development. Long-term, it takes something from you, all right? So let me read this story very quickly. Once upon a time in a small town, there was a little girl named Emily. She was only 10 years old, but already an A+ student in her class. Emily had always been confident in her abilities and was convinced that she could never be influenced by anyone else. One day, Emily made some new friends in school. They were a group of girls who were popular and seemed to know all the latest trends. Emily was excited to be included in their group, and she was even more thrilled when they started to compliment her on her intelligence. As time went on, Emily started to spend more and more time with her new friends. They introduced her to TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, new music, new fashion, and new ways of thinking. Emily found herself swept up in their world, and she began to change in ways that she never imagined. At first, the changes were small. Emily started to dress differently and would spend nights chatting with new friends and watch videos meant for adults, or videos that were not good for any human, adult or not. She also started to adopt some of her friends' negative behaviors. Emily started to skip class and get into trouble with her teachers. She began to neglect her schoolwork and spend more time with her friends. Her grades started to suffer and her parents started to worry. Despite her parents' consent, Emily refused to listen to anyone. She was convinced that her new friends knew what was best for her and she didn't want to disappoint them. Little did she know that she was being influenced negatively. But something happened one day when Emily's group of friends got caught stealing from a local store. Emily was with them at the time, but did not join in stealing. But she was arrested along with the rest of the group. Emily's friends had always been proud of her intelligence and thought she was above being influenced by others. But now they realized that they had been wrong. Emily's actions had consequences and she had to face them. Emily was sentenced to community service. She lost touch with her best friends and she was left alone to think about all her actions. So girls, did you see that story? Real stuff. Emily was lucky that it happened at a time that, some people have been sentenced to death for stealing. And even though they were innocent, there was no evidence. So let's get to our affirmations very quickly. Please open your workbooks to page 14 or page 15. And let's be up on our feet. Today's one, we're doing it standing. Let's be up on our feet. Everyone, I like to see as many girls as possible. Let's be up on our feet. Get up, hold your workbooks in your hand. Up on your feet, up on your feet, up on your feet. Fantastic. All right. And it's time for us to do our affirmation right now. All right. So I'm removing myself from the spotlight so that it will only, thank you. So let's go. Everyone can be influenced. That's how life is. This can be a powerful tool. This can be a tool for good. I will carefully curate my immediate environment. I will watch what I watch. I will watch what I read. I will watch what and who I hear. I will carefully and consistently step to check who or what I may have let in that could be bad for my life. I have the power of choice. I will steer my life towards growth, success, and excellence. Give yourselves a round of applause. Good night. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow at 4 p.m. Let me unmute so I can hear you. See you tomorrow at 4 p.m. The meeting tomorrow starts at 4 p.m. Bye, darling. Bye, darling. Thank you.
Bye.